Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Thank you for tuning in tonight. I'm Scott Beadle, in for Ann Emanuel. With one of the busiest travel weeks of the year coming up, Big Fox News' Josh Feldberg spoke with the Steuben County Health Department about keeping your family safe and healthy this holiday season.
The holiday season is a great opportunity to spend time with friends and family. But with big gatherings comes health risks to those we hold dear. Big Fox spoke with Darlene Smith, the Public Health Director of Steuben County, to see what people can do to stay healthy over the holidays.
I think probably the two main things, if someone is flying, I certainly make sure the mask stays on in the airplane. There's been a lot of transmission that way, but probably just as importantly, if you don't feel well at all, even if you haven't flown, if you don't feel well, to stay home, or at the very least take a rapid antigen test.
Steuben County is currently averaging over 30 COVID cases a day and over 10 cases a week of flu.
So certainly Steuben County is not unique in any of the three areas of COVID, RSV, or flu. It is the season for all of those things to be present and to spread fairly easily and sometimes fairly quickly.
If you are exposed or believed to be exposed after a family gathering, the health department recommends you get tested and wear a mask when returning to the county. Josh Feldberg, Big Fox News, Corning.
If you need to fill up your gas tank this week, one gas station chain is offering a discount. From today through the 28th, Sheetz gas stations dropped the price of their unleaded 88 gas to $1.99 a gallon. AAA says the average cost of gas in New York and Pennsylvania is currently at $3.85 and $4 a gallon, respectively. Before filling up your tank, do check your owner's manual to confirm this type of gas is right for your car. An Elmira man has been arrested on weapon and drug charges following a shooting. Elmira police responded to a report of shots fired on Elmira's east side. Police found 32-year-old Cody Cade and placed him under arrest. They say Cade had a large amount of meth, fentanyl, and heroin. After retracing Cade's path as part of the investigation, police say they found a handgun as well as evidence of a shooting. Cade was taken to the Elmira City lockup. An arrest has been made after a fire destroyed a Campbell home on Saturday night. 30-year-old Dustin Cole of Campbell was arrested by the Steuben County Sheriff's Office earlier today in connection to the blaze. The arrest report alleges that Cole intentionally started the fire with multiple people inside. He's been charged with arson in the second degree, a Class B felony. That home was completely destroyed in the fire. New York State schools with Native American-themed mascots will need to change those mascots and logos by the end of the school year. A memo was sent out to school districts across the state ordering schools to comply with the policy. Districts that fail to replace their name and logo will lose state aid. Only districts that have their name, logo, or imagery approved by a recognized Native American tribe will be able to keep their branding. A new climbing wall at Corning Painted Post High School has been dedicated to departed alumnus Adam Doan. Our Maggie Hall has coverage on how Adam's memory will live on through this wall being used by students every day.
On the invite to the climbing wall dedication, traits of Adam were listed. He was known by friends and family as an adventurous, spirited, intelligent, inquisitive, sincere, generous, loving, and faithful friend. Adam graduated from Corning Painted Post High School in 2016. During the climbing wall dedication, Adam's dad, Paul Doan, shared words from an essay Adam wrote.
I want to share a story written by Adam while he was in college about how his passion for rock climbing got started and his love of teaching new climbers. So You Want to Be a Rock Climber by Adam Doan. As far back as I care to remember, my greatest fear was heights.
Adam went on to conquer his fear of heights. He rock climbed across the nation and around the world in places like New Zealand, Moab, and Utah, and all around Colorado. Adam's brother Peter Doan shared heartfelt words thanking all who came to the dedication.
I think
what I'm feeling right now isn't all sadness. Thanks to all of you who are here. That he meant so much to so many people. It's amazing. I just want you all to know that. And to see that for each and every one of you, there's just as many people who mean this much to.
Nearly 200 people attended the ribbon cutting for Adam's Wall. Over 60 students have signed up for the climbing club. His memory will live on through those who loved him, and this climbing wall that showcases one of his life passions and shares it with others. Maggie Hall, Big Fox News, Corning.
The results of the midterm election are still being sorted out in some places, but the jockeying for the White House in 2024 is already underway. Doug Luzader has more from Washington, where the president reached a significant milestone this weekend.
The president celebrated a big birthday over the weekend, and there is growing speculation over which Republicans are lining up and hoping to replace him in 2024.
I pardon you. I pardon you this Thanksgiving.
President Biden pardoning Thanksgiving turkeys last year. Later this morning, he'll do it again. But that follows a quieter ceremony over the weekend when Biden turned 80 on Sunday. That is a first for a sitting president, and he's been hinting that he'll seek a second term.
Our intention is to run again. That's been our intention.
And while many believe Biden's advanced age is showing, being 80 doesn't exactly make him a rarity among global leaders.
If you look internationally, there are dozens of world leaders who are in their 80s. Places like Myanmar and Cameroon, Saudi Arabia, Norway, Kuwait.
You know, his likely opponent in 2024 is older as well. Donald Trump is just a few years younger than Joe Biden.
True enough, Trump is 76, and he was just reinstated to Twitter over the weekend, which could help boost his reach should he decide to use it again. But just as Democratic leaders in Congress, including House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, are stepping back to make way for the next generation, many Republicans are also looking for fresh faces.
You can fight the woke elite, and you can win.
Over the weekend, the Republican Jewish Coalition met in Las Vegas to hear from some potential GOP contenders. There's already a line forming for 2024. And as far as Biden is concerned, he says running again is a family decision. He'll have plenty of time with his family in the days ahead as they head to Nantucket for Thanksgiving. In Washington, Doug Luzader, Fox News.
2 turkeys will live to see another Thanksgiving after receiving a presidential pardon. President Biden pardoned 2 turkeys in a special ceremony on the South Lawn. Their names, Chocolate and Chip. Instead of being part of Thanksgiving dinner, these turkeys will live out their lives at North Carolina State University, home to one of the nation's best poultry science departments. Presidents have issued a ceremonial pre-Thanksgiving pardon to turkeys that visit the White House for decades. Your holiday week forecast is coming up next. Plus,
after 4 years of waiting, the World Cup tournament is officially underway. I'm Lauren Blanchard in Washington. Why this year's tournament is drawing criticism and a lot of fans.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Well, over the weekend, we had some active weather across the Great Lakes, leaving just a few chances for some isolated snow showers here across the area. But we did feel the cooler air that was dropping in. We had temperatures even hold within the lower 30s both Saturday and Sunday. Now, we did make those improvements back up into the 40s today, but we still were in those lower 40s, which is slightly below average for this time of the year. But we'll note that the improvements will continue to come as we step through this week. We were under some sunshine today, and we'll see that we'll continue that clearing and calm weather pattern overnight, allowing for temperatures to fall back into those 20s as we see that is seasonable for this time of the year to be within those 20s at 27 into Elmira is just a degree off from that average, which is about 28 degrees. Now, stepping through this holiday week and the last full week of November, we are going to continue to talk about what warming sunshine that we saw in place today bring us back into those 40s. And it's fairly quiet as well, not too much for hiccups when it comes to the wind potential or precipitation, as we even have dry conditions for that holiday forecast. So Thanksgiving looking to be a very pleasant one, as high temperatures could even return into the 50s. Now, we are though going to deal with some wet conditions. So maybe if you plan to do some shopping this weekend, you're going to want to make sure to have the umbrella, because especially on Wednesday, we are going to talk about potentially some heavier rainfall working its way up the East Coast. Now, as we trend into our Tuesday, we have that sunshine around, high temperatures climbing to about 42 degrees. So similar to what we were experiencing today, maybe even a degree or two warmer to get us towards to that average of 46 degrees. And we have some calm winds in place, so not too much direction coming from that, which is nice and comfortable to see after some cooler weather. Still weather, well, you'll want that light jacket. 42 is still a little brisk, and that's your high that you see into the afternoon. And we're starting to get to that time frame too where we have pretty limited sunshine as we have that sunset quickly occur as we head into the evening. So widespread across the area up through the Finger Lakes and down into the portions of Pennsylvania. We're looking at those lower 40s, a few of those 30s popping up. Into that Wednesday forecast, you start to see more of that reflection of warming, at least hitting seasonal or slightly above that into that Wednesday forecast. So day after day, we get nicer and nicer underneath the sunshine. And then as we head into that Thanksgiving Day planner, we'll keep an eye on the potential, but overall, still light southerly winds that will help us get us at least into the 40s and potentially even top off into those 50s. So note that you should have some okay conditions when you're traveling the next few days. But if you're planning to travel, if that is by air, if that is by road, it is going to become a little bit more difficult as we head out of that Thanksgiving Day holiday and into some of this wet weather, especially up the East Coast, as there will be some areas to have some wintry mix with this, as we even see that chance for some wintry mix on Sunday, as we do keep temperatures near seasonal, but there could be some cooler temperatures on the way as we head into early portions of next work week.
It's been 4 years since the last World Cup, but as of Sunday, it is once again underway as teams across the globe compete to see who will be the next world champion. Lauren Blanchard is in Washington, D.C. with more on what fans can expect these next 4 weeks.
Interest in this year's World Cup is considered so high that many bars here in D.C. have applied for special licenses in order to stay open longer. But thousands of miles east of here, the fan experience is something different.
Just one day into the 2022 World Cup, and host nation Qatar has already made history, becoming the first country to hold the tournament in the Middle East and the first not to hold the event during the summer months.
I wish I could go to Qatar, but I'm excited to be seeing it from DC.
But for all that Qatar has to offer, it will not be offering one thing to its fans: alcohol. In a dramatic reversal of policy just 2 days before the tournament, organizers announced alcoholic beer will not be sold in or around World Cup stadiums.
Of course, it would be better to have a beer during the match, but yeah. We will get it before and after in such pubs.
But Qatar's alcohol ban isn't the only reason the tiny Connecticut-sized nation is facing criticism. The predominantly Muslim country, known for its conservative values, is also drawing heat for its laws criminalizing homosexuality, as well as its treatment of migrant workers.
This moral lesson giving, one-sided, it's just hypocrisy.
Ahead of their game, the U.S. men's team getting a special phone call.
You guys, I know you're the underdog, but I'll tell you what, man, you got some of the best players in the world on your team, and you're representing this country, and I know you're going to play your hearts out. So let's go shock them all.
Last World Cup, U.S. men's team did not even qualify to play. In 2026, North America will play host. Today, the U.S. takes on Wales for their first game. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
The largest maker of iPhones needs workers in a hurry, and the company is making offers. The Foxconn factory in Zhengzhou, China, is looking for about 100,000 workers immediately in order to get back up to capacity. The company was hit by a mass walkout and needs new workers to get back up to production capacity. Workers were concerned over an outbreak of COVID-19. The company is looking for a wide demographic of workers, including retired soldiers and low-level government employees. While some tech companies are laying off workers, one platform is actually adding jobs. TikTok, the Chinese-owned social media company, continues to add employees to its job roles. A Wall Street Journal report says the company is in the middle of a hiring push, adding about 3,000 engineers in the U.S. and other countries. The company has about 20,000 employees and plans to increase its engineering hub in Mountain View, California. TikTok says its hiring is at a measured pace that matches global challenges. Well, listen to this. More than 50,000 pajamas are being recalled. The William Carter Company is recalling the sleepwear due to puncture and laceration hazards. The yellow-footed fleece pajamas with animal graphics contain small wires inside, which can cause a hazard. Parents who purchase the pajamas are asked to call and return the item for a full refund. Find more information on the U.S. Consumer and Product Safety Commission's website. Still ahead, this week is expected to kick off the bustling holiday travel season, plus a major shakeup at the Magic Kingdom. Those stories and more coming up. Disney gives its former CEO a sequel. How much cryptocurrency exchange FTX owes to creditors, and Elon Musk pokes fun at CBS's short-lived Twitter hiatus. CJ Papa has those stories and more in today's Business Briefs.
A major shakeup at the Magic Kingdom. Bob Iger is coming out of retirement after less than a year to take over his former role as Disney's CEO. Bob Chapek stepping down from his position, effective immediately, as Iger takes over for the next 2 years. Iger saying in an email to staff, "I am an optimist, and if I learned one thing from my years at Disney, it is that even in the face of uncertainty, our employees and cast members achieve the impossible." A court filing revealing cryptocurrency company FTX owes nearly $3.1 billion to its 50 biggest creditors. The company's new CEO says he's launching a strategic review into former founder Sam Bankman-Fried's dealings with company funds. An estimated 1 million customers and other investors are facing losses of billions of dollars. Elon Musk pokes fun at CBS News for returning to Twitter after announcing it was leaving the platform less than 48 hours prior, claiming it faced security issues since Musk took over. CBS News PR tweeting, after pausing for much of the weekend to assess the security concerns, CBS News and Stations is resuming its activity on Twitter as we continue to monitor the situation. Musk responding with a giggling emoji, and a 10-year-old boy making a surprising discovery on the packaging of a Toblerone chocolate bar. He noticed, if you look closely, you can see the shape of a bear in the Swiss mountains image in the left corner. His discovery stirring an excited response online, with many people saying they had never noticed. Some sleuths noting the chocolate bar's city of origin, Bern, is called the City of Bears. That's business. I'm CJ Papa.
Well, this week is expected to kick off that bustling holiday travel season. Wednesday is usually the busiest travel day before Thanksgiving. Rowena Shaddux caught up with some of those travelers who came home to Sacramento ahead of busy crowds.
Just really wanted to be home for my birthday, so we just timed it.
And Isabella Marriott's dad timed getting her from college in Tennessee back home to Sacramento for her 21st birthday today perfectly, ahead of the large crowd expected this week.
And my mom also flew in for the birthday and Thanksgiving, so it'll be fun.
The college senior is among the 4.5 million people who are flying to their Thanksgiving destination. That's 8% higher than last year, according to AAA. And nearly 49 million people are expected to travel by car. Well, AAA says about 55 million people are expected to travel for Thanksgiving, and out of that, more than 7 million are from California. That includes these two sorority sisters and high school friends from Sacramento who wanted to beat the crowds.
Because we anticipated it to be super crowded, and it wasn't, which is nice.
They'll enjoy Turkey Day with their families and head back to school in Long Beach on Sunday.
Hopefully it won't be too bad. I feel like it is going to be pretty busy, though, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll get there early.
That's a good plan. Jose de la Cruz also planned well, leaving Mexico to head home to Sac today.
My schedule, it was kind of expensive, but there's a lot of people traveling, right now. the next week is going to be packed.
Still, all of them agree the traveling is well worth it.
Enjoy the holidays, too.
Tesla makes a recall on some cars for a tail light issue. Tesla is recalling more than 321,000 vehicles because tail lights on some cars may intermittently light up. The tail light callback covers some 2023 Model 3s and 2020 to 2023 Model Y vehicles. This follows a Friday recall when Tesla recalled about 30,000 Model X cars because their front passenger airbags may deploy incorrectly. Tesla says there have been no reports of crashes or injuries from the tail light problem, and an update will be issued. Stay with us. We'll have more after this break. And here we are with that smile we want to leave you with tonight. Lowe's and Wyndham Hotels are joining together to help travelers during the holiday season. The hardware store is turning select Wyndham hotel rooms into winter wonderlands for those who experience last-minute delays to their travel plans on Wednesday. All of the products in the room, which will, quote, channel the magic of the holiday season, can be found at Lowe's. There are 50 Lowe's holiday home layover rooms in 5 cities, including New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Dallas, and Miami. I'm Harriet Wallace. Thanks for watching.